Hey, what's up everybody? It's Matthew here, the designer and developer. I'm back with another video tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how do you prepare a Figma file for a developer. Obviously, in this case, I will also be the developer, but I'm just going to show you how do you prepare a file for developer, how do you make the developer life easy, and also put all things in one place. So if you didn't know, this is circular, an application, a web application that I am building. If you are interested on knowing more about the application and what it does, I have got a video here. These two videos, they are talking about Secular as some sort of a Dropbox competitor or a Dropbox clone. So obviously I'm just a small YouTuber. This is not a big app. However, these are the two videos about Secular. So let's just jump straight back to Figma. So what I want to do here, I want to export everything that you see here that the developer will need, including the icons, the colors, and some of the units and some measurements or some dimension. So let's just jump straight into it. So we are going to start with this login page. So in this login page, one of the most important thing might be this shape, as you can see. So I'm just going to click into this shape, and then I'm gonna go to the bottom, and then there is export here, as you can see. Let's click on export. Then when you go down, you can see we are going to change the file type to SVG, and then from then we are going to click export. Let's just preview and see how it's going to look. Okay, we are sure it's only that shape, and then we will click export. So the shape has been exported, and then we are going to go to our main logo, and then also we are going to click export. As you can see, it has been exported, and then we are going to click also on this logo. As you can see, these logos are different, so also we are going to click on this logo, and then we are going to click export as SVG, and then we click export. I think now you are starting to get the idea on how do you export files on Figma. So what I did here, all these files that I'm exporting, I have renamed them properly, so that when I'm exporting them, I can export them with their names automatically. So whatever I name this file, Figma will also attach that name when I am exporting. So for instance, if we've clicked here in this file, as you can see, this icon is music. So when I'm exporting it, the name of this file will be music. So we just need to change here, to SVG, and then we can click export. Okay, so basically that's about it in terms of exporting all the SVGs that we are going to use. And then let's look at this plus icon. As you can see that it's like two elements that are grouped together. We got this white cross and we've got that circular background. So when I'm exporting this plus icon, I'm not going to export it as it is as an SVG, because I want more control and also more flexibility in the production environment. For instance, maybe we might make a decision to change the color of the circular background. So if this SVG or these two elements are grouped together, I might struggle. It might give me a tough time in terms of changing the colors. But if I can only export this white cross, and then on HTML I can create my own circle, so that I can change it as I want to. So in this case, let me just click. Okay, let me just, as you can see now, I have clicked the circle only. If I delete it, as you can see, that's the circle that I've selected. So what I want to do here, I want this cross. As you can see, this cross has not been grouped, but let's quickly do that. This is the vertical line and this is the horizontal line, so we are going to group this horizontal line and vertical line, and then first of all let's just make it one shape by selecting union selection. Let's see, as you can see now it's only one shape, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to rename it to plus. And then once I'm done with that, then let's see, okay, let me just move it. Yes, okay. So once I'm done with that, also let me, just to be safe, let me flatten this to make sure that it's one file. Yes, and then as you can see now, I'm 100% sure that it's one file. Once I'm done with that, then I can do the same thing I did on other files. Just click export, and then export is as SVG, and then you click export plus, as you can see. Okay, now in terms of all other SVGs, I'm going to behind the scene, I'm going to do the very same thing over and over again until I export all the files. As you can see, this file, the reason why there is some sort of headset, it represents music, and this file, it's an image. So there will be a lot of file type, and then for that I'm going to use this icon. I think somewhere here I've got a PDF icon. So this icon will be sitting here to represent different file types. So these icons, I'm just gonna export them as they are. For instance, I can just click here, check if it's renamed. It's not renamed at the moment. I will name it to PDF, and then from then I will export it separately. So now, since this it's more like a repetition, at least now you've got an idea of how do you export some SVGs. And then let's move to the next step, which is colors. So what I usually do when I'm exporting a user interface assets for HTML, I always have a document. Let's see if this is the one that is open. No, it's not this one. Okay, let me just close this and close this. I don't need these. Okay, let me just go to my folder, quickly go to my folder. Okay, in my computer I have put everything under the XAMPP folder. The XAMPP folder, if you don't know XAMPP is a piece of software that enables you to run PHP locally on your machine. So it has got its own folder, which is htdocs, which this one. So you put all your files that you are going to, your PHP files that will run on the server. So the reason why we are putting this project on a file, on a location that will run on a server, is because this is not only going to be the user interface. At some point we are going to change those HTML files to PHP files so that they can actually run on a server. So I'm avoiding the situation where when I want to take these files to a server, I have to migrate from whatever location to this location. So I've decided to just save everything in one place. So I've got this folder circular, as you can see here. I've got asset, I've got images, I've got SVG, and then I've got code asset here. So this folder helps with pieces of code that the developer will just copy and paste, for instance in terms of colors. Okay, for instance in terms of colors, let's say this is our primary color. So I will copy this color and come here, and then I will write, let me just maximize. Okay, then I will write here primary color, and then I will put a tab twice, and then I will put this, and obviously, as you know, we must put this hash symbol. Okay, so this is the primary color of the application itself. So that's the primary color. And then what else do we want? Let's just zoom in, and then we've got these colors, we've got this red, and we've got this green. So this is what we can do. Click on this element, and then from then I can copy this red. So as you can see that this code asset, it's like part of the assets, but it's some sort of text based. It's all the data that I'm going to extract from the user interface to make the designer's life easy. So I can put a heading here, let's say UI colors. Okay, UI colors, then I can underline these are the user interface colors, and then I can say red space and then hashtag. Okay, so now I hope you get the idea. So this makes the designer's life so that when he wants to copy all the colors, then there is a document with all the colors, instead of the developer having to look up and down for the color. So this makes my life easier. So as you can see that basically these are the colors that we have. So I think that's about it for the colors. Okay, what else? Okay, let me just zoom out a little bit. Okay, the other thing that I usually do, but it's for experimentation purposes. Usually I don't use these units, but what I also do, I like to know how big the dimensions of my UI element. For instance, what's the dimension of this? As you can see, it's 445 times 61, so the height is 61 and the width is 445. So I usually like to just take some sort of these dimensions and put them on this file, just for experiment. And sometimes I want to check if let's say, what if I can put these dimensions as they are? Can I get this layout as it is? And sometimes, obviously, based on your screen, you improvise, you make things bigger and you make things smaller. So I'm not going to take all the dimensions for everything. I'm just gonna take maybe for inputs and this button. These are just things that I will experiment with when I'm designing. So Figma makes your life easier by also creating a CSS code for you, where you will click on a design element, and then you will click on inspect, and then on inspect you can see these are the properties and these are the colors. And then if you scroll down, we also have CSS here. Usually when I'm coding, I don't usually use this CSS code, because in production I will do my own things. I will do my own CSS for some certain reason. So but I will just copy this for the sake of the experimentation. So I will just write here extras. Okay, these are just extra thing. Then let me type the CSS, and then I will write here number 1. This is input, let me say text input rather. So this is under extras, I've got text input. So when we are doing the code, we will just use some of these, obviously not all of them, but maybe this part, just to see how it's going to look like. If we can just copy and paste as it is. And the other thing, also this button, let's copy the CSS. Yes, copy the CSS, and then number 2. Okay, I hope everything is still visible. And then number 2, we say primary pattern. Okay guys, that's about it for me. So since I'm going to be the developer, so for me this will work. I think I've got all the information that I want. As you can see, our user interface doesn't have some images and some pictures. In terms of the fonts and other things, I don't worry much about these. I usually put these on my user interface just to check the look and feel of the interface. So I will use my own fonts and my own styles, like let's say the headings and also for the paragraphs. Otherwise, that is it for this video. If you are interested on like being updated or being notified about this project, as you might know that this project is some sort of a unstructured series. What I want to do, I'm solving a problem that I've stated here in one of these videos. So it's going to be a continuous thing, and I'm also looking forward to what is it going to turn up to. So please click the subscribe button so that you can be notified, because after this video I'm going to create an HTML. So we are going to start coding this user interface with HTML. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks, and also I'm going to try to put a timer so that I can create this interface only in 30 minutes. So if you want to know if I'm going to make it, then please make sure you subscribe so that you can be notified. Otherwise, for me, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for checking my YouTube channel. See you on the next one.